weeks to it at this point, but hey, I think it can be done. Matter of fact, I know it can be done. I believe. I believe. So I'm going to take a break because I got to get my mind right. I'm still thinking about this BL award that I'm going to hand out later. But we're going to take a break, and then when we come back from the break, we'll get back into some more. We'll get back into some more football news. But Kobe and Shaq at it once again. What are they talking about this time? We'll talk about that and more after the break. It's the Wait a Minute Show. We'll be back after these words.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I am Vince Wright, the sports governor, and you know me from the Sports Done Right show. But when I'm not doing Sports Done Right, I'm in the executive mansion chilling with the Wait a Minute Show. That's right, Jelani Lopan. Indeed. Keep it tuned here, y'all. The Wait a Minute Show. My name is Vince Wright, and I approve this message.
Attention, all sports fans! If you're someone who wakes up each morning with lists of sporting events to go along with your to-do list for the day, then you just might be a diehard. The world of sports is as vast as the ocean is deep, including the major leagues, the minor leagues, the colleges, and everything in between. This is me, your boy Larry B of IE Sports Radio, welcoming you to join me every Monday evening at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern on The Defining Moment, a show that focuses on what really matters in the sports world, sports themselves, and nothing outside of them. Once again, tune in for The Defining Moment with me, your boy Larry B, every Monday evening at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern on IE Sports Radio, right here on Spreaker.com. We'll see you there.
Being good at life means getting your finances together so you can focus on the moments that matter most. With over 170 years of expertise, New York Life Insurance Company provides you with benefits you can enjoy while you're, well, living. So give me, Doug Stewart, your local New York Life agent, a call. I can help you build a solid financial future to help you and your family be good at life. You can reach me at 678-770-8073 or look for me at NewYorkLife.com.
Do you want your next Atlanta event to be memorable? If so, have Drinking Color at your next function. Drinking Color is sophisticated bartending that creates signature cocktails for your special occasion. Wow your family, friends, and business associates next time with Drinking Color. You can contact the owner, Kiki Lewis, at 678-813-7102. That's 678-813-7102. You can also email her at drinkandcolor@gmail.com and follow on Instagram at drinkandcolor. And tell her you were referred by the Wait a Minute Show. Drink and Color, cocktail catering. Let the cocktail sparkle at your next event.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and you are listening to
It's the Wait a Minute Show
on X Squad Radio Network. So before I go into my next topic, we're talking about Shaq and Kobe, and I'm sure, one more cheese that listens to the show is probably going to have something to say, about this. But TDSS 5, do not forget the Doug Stewart Show 5 is going down here in the ATL October 18th, 19th, and 20th, and you just want to go to xsquadaffiliates.com/TDSS5 to register yourself, and then you can hang out with Doug and you can hang out with others that you see in this chat room, his chat room, and any other chat room that's out there, and have a really good time. Meet and greets, events on Saturday, and then a tailgate going on Sunday. Falcons are playing the LA Rams, so that should be a very, very interesting time here in the ATL. So do not forget, register yourself right now. Get down here October 18th, 19th, and 20th. Lopan will be there.
Indeed.
I don't believe you, Lopan. I mean, you say things like that, and then you do not cash in on them. And for whatever reason, people choose to just let you off the hook. So make me a believer. I got to see it. You got to show up. And then if you show up, then I'll say you the man. So it's on you, Lopan.
Indeed.
Okay. All right. Hey, yeah, it is what it is. So, okay. So here's what I'm going to talk about. Shaq and Kobe. Kobe and Shaq. Shaq and Kobe. Kobe and Shaq. Once again, these two are in the news about some type of beef that they have with each other. Now, obviously, back in the day, Shaq, was butting heads with Kobe. Kobe was butting heads with Shaq, and they couldn't work it out. They couldn't, coexist together anymore. So the Lakers made the choice of rolling with Kobe because Shaq was getting a little bit older. And obviously, Shaq wanted to be his team or continue to be his team, and they made the decision they was going to transition over. So after all this stuff, they're talking about game, and I'm just giving you a backstory. You should know this already, but after the whole thing is Shaq goes and win a championship, and then the infamous Kobe, how does that taste and all that stuff and whatever. So now fast forward, I thought this thing was over because they both had sat down and it seemed like they had hashed out whatever that was going on, with them and made it seem like it really wasn't as big of a deal as everyone has made it. But now it is back in the news because Kobe was sitting down and they were talking, about basketball and their career and everything. And Kobe made the comment that if Shaq had been in shape, they would have won 12 rings. Now, Kobe has said this before about Shaq being out of shape. So this is nothing new. They even talked about this in their face-to-face. And Shaq told him the reason that he really didn't work out because he knew he had Kobe. Now, is that effed up? Yeah. Yeah. But Shaq now was not going to let that ride. And he was just going to let someone just talk about him and get away with it. So he made a comment himself and made the comment that, hey, if you had a pass more, they would have beat the Detroit Pistons in 2004. So I had, open that womb up just a little bit, for them to go back at it. I'm pretty much done with it. You guys, y'all won 3 together. That's it. You're not going to win anymore. So you need to just move on from it. But if we're going to discuss it, 12 Kobe, really? 12? No. I will probably give you guys 6. I'll give you half of that, but I'm not going to say 12 because we're talking about nobody gets injured. We're talking about Shaq, staying in tip-top, shape. We're still talking about that other guys are going to be around because let's not forget, although Shaq and Kobe was a dominant force between the two of them, they still needed guys like Derek Fisher. They still needed guys like Rick Fox. They still needed guys like Big Shot Bob, Robert Horry, that came on that team and helped them win those championships. So it's not just those two. And if both of them had been in tip-top shape like Kobe wanted them to, they would have won 12 championships. I'm not going to buy that. I'm not believing that. One, your body is not going to, I don't care what type of shape you're in. You're not going to be able to go through an 82-game season and then go through the playoffs, 10, 11, 12 times and your body hold up to that wear and tear. So I'm not, believing 12. If he had said 6, I'm right there with you. Like, okay, yeah, that's a good possibility that y'all could have had 6 championship rings, and then they be talking about y'all along with the Bulls and, some of the other teams. And then people still talk about them. But this back and forth, it's old, bruh. It's old. We old. I mean, it's time to really put that to rest. Going back and forth. Nothing is going to change. Nothing is going to be altered. No rings are going to be, rescinded or anything like that. So I'm ready to move on. But 12? Nah. Can't do 12. Can't do 12. In the Wait a Minute Show chat room, and they are in here talking about Popeyes and Zaxby's and all. Please don't go into the chicken thing again. No. Because all we need to do, somebody mama, just one mama, make a chicken sandwich at home, and it's going to destroy all these chicken people. So that's what y'all need to be talking about. Homemade chicken sandwiches. Those are the lethal, potent sandwiches out there. Not this Chick-fil-A and Popeyes and all this. Well, I'm sorry. In the Wait a Minute Show chat room, says both of them, and they're talking about Kobe and Shaq, both of them are right, but not 12, probably 8 to 10. Unstoppable wing and unstoppable low post. And again, I'm going to say 6. I'm not going to give them 8. I'm not going to give them 9. I'm not going to give them 10. 6. 6. 6. You got to think, no, there's no way they will be able to keep this up. This is not, the Celtics and, it was 4, 5, 6 other teams in the league. There are 29 other teams. And I guess you could really say 15 that you really got to worry about. There's no way they could keep that up. But they'll keep bickering. They'll keep arguing. They'll keep going, at it like they are now. And they'll be 100 years old. I mean, they are pretty much maybe the real life characters. They will be arguing to the day that they die. That's just how competitive both of those guys are. And at the end of the day, people would think they hate each other. They don't hate each other. It's just a competition. But now I'm going to move on to two guys that at least one of them that may hate the other guy, but I don't believe it. But this past week, the Pittsburgh Steelers were playing the Tennessee Titans, and Michelle Tafoya on Sunday night had an interview with Ben Roethlisberger. And so they were talking about, Ben in the past year and some of the other things that was going on with, the team as far as them losing their wide receiver coach, unfortunately, to an untimely death and dealing with that, dealing with the season coming up. And, of course, they were not going to let Ben get out of there without asking him something about Antonio Brown. And so they brought up, last year and this year and how he felt about Antonio, and he was saying, you hope he has a healthy season, but they brought up the whole thing about the Denver game, which was last year, the Denver game, where Ben called out Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown didn't like it. Now that sparked, their friendship, and this is what Ben is saying that, sparked a problem in their friendship. So now Ben says all this stuff, and he says he regret, saying anything about it. He should have just, handled it a different way. And Antonio Brown goes on social media, which this has been deleted since, but he goes on social media and basically just tell Ben, hey, we were never friends. It was about the ends. Shut up already. I'm not going to, that's not the exact quote, but it's pretty much what he said on the post. I'm not buying the thing about never being friends. And I'll tell you why in just a moment. And I'll tell you why in just a moment. But I will agree with him with the shut up already. And not the, I'm not saying like shut up like, man, shut your mouth, man. Stop talking about me, shut up already. I think what Antonio was just saying is like, look, everyone, we are done with that. I am no longer in Pittsburgh. I am in Oakland. There is nothing to talk about at this point that's going to change anything. So why are we still talking about it? Why are you still asking Ben questions? Ben, why are you still answering the questions? And the same question that you have answered before. Shut up already. Let's move on. I have, you have, make sure everybody else have. Let's stop talking about this. Now, the whole thing about we never were friends, or I'm not buying that. And then here's the prime example. And parents, you'll know. Single people, you may not know this. But parents, we know this. Some things that we do, We try and put